Physical health care. Taking care of physical health is a long journey, starting from small habits in daily life and continuing as we grow old. At each stage of life, physical health plays a different role, but in middle and old age, it becomes the foundation for maintaining independence, freedom, and happiness. Many people think that healthcare is about hospitals and medicine, but in reality, it is the art of living skillfully, a blend of understanding, discipline, and love for oneself. Chapter 1. Smart Nutrition for the Golden Age. As age increases, the body undergoes significant metabolic changes. The core principle of nutrition at this stage is calorie needs decrease, but nutrient needs increase. This means we need to focus on quality rather than quantity, choosing foods that are nutrient-rich but low in empty calories. A smart diet is not only the foundation for a healthy body, but also a secret weapon to maintain a sharp mind, as it directly affects brain function and mental health. Key nutritional principles: balance and diversify foods. Meals should have a balanced intake of nutrient groups, carbohydrates, protein, fat, vitamins, and minerals. Eating a variety of foods helps ensure the body receives all necessary micronutrients and reduces the risk of accumulating harmful substances from a single type of food. Complex carbohydrates. Prioritize whole grains, sweet potatoes, and cassava instead of white bread or white rice. Complex carbohydrates provide sustained energy and are rich in fiber, helping to stabilize blood sugar levels, which is important for maintaining mood and concentration. Each meal should include only 1-2 bowls of rice. Simple sugars or added sugars need to be strictly controlled, not exceeding 20 to 25 grams per day, as excess sugar can lead to insulin resistance and diabetes. High-quality protein. The daily protein requirement remains quite high, about 60 to 70 grams, to combat muscle loss due to aging, sarcopenia. It is necessary to reduce red meat consumption and increase lean protein sources such as fish, poultry, and especially plant-based proteins from beans, legumes, sesame, peanuts, and tofu. Fatty fish like mackerel and sardines are excellent sources of omega-3, very good for both the heart and brain. Egg intake should be limited to 3 eggs per week. Healthy fats. There needs to be a balance between animal fats and vegetable oils. Priority should be given to vegetable oils, such as olive oil, soybean oil, because they contain no cholesterol and have less saturated fatty acids, which is good for the cardiovascular system. Increase fiber. Fiber is an indispensable companion for the elderly. It not only helps prevent constipation, a common problem, but also helps reduce cholesterol and blood sugar, thereby lowering the risk of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and colon cancer. The recommended fiber intake is 25 grams a day for women and 30 grams a day for men over 50 years old. Rich sources include green vegetables, about 300 grams a day, and fruits, about 100 grams a day. Drink enough water. Hydration. The feeling of thirst in the elderly often decreases, increasing the risk of severe dehydration. Therefore, proactively drinking water is extremely important. Aim to drink 6 to 8 glasses of water each day, equivalent to 1.52 liters, even if you do not feel thirsty. Vitamins and minerals. Special attention should be given to calcium and vitamin D to prevent osteoporosis, along with vitamin B12, because the body's ability to absorb it gradually decreases with age. In some cases, supplementing these micronutrients in the form of functional foods may be necessary, but you should always consult a doctor before use. Limit processed foods and salt. Processed foods, canned goods, and pickled vegetables often contain high amounts of sodium, sugar, and unhealthy fats, increasing the risk of high blood pressure and other chronic diseases. Salt intake should be controlled to under 150 grams per person per month. Cooking methods. Prioritize boiling and steaming instead of frying, deep frying, or grilling to reduce fat intake and make food easier to digest. Food should be cooked until soft and tender and cut into small pieces for easier chewing and swallowing. Table 1. Suggested sample weekly menu for the elderly. Monday oatmeal. Porridge banana, 1 bowl of rice, steamed red tilapia with ginger, winter melon soup, cooked with shrimp. 1 bowl of rice, shredded boiled chicken, boiled water spinach. Unsweetened yogurt, a few walnuts. Tuesday, chicken pho. Less noodles, more bean sprouts and greens. 1 bowl of rice, tofu stuffed with meat in tomato sauce. Sweet leaf soup, 1 bowl of rice. Caramelized shrimp. Boiled chayote. Ripe papaya. Wednesday, whole grain multigrain bread, fried eggs. 1 bowl of rice. Mackerel in tomato sauce. Spinach soup. Boiled sweet potato. Pan-seared chicken breast. Green salad. A glass of low-fat milk. Thursday, crab soup. 1 bowl of rice. Boiled lean pork. Malabar spinach soup. 1 bowl of rice. Grilled beef wrapped in betel leaves. Boiled cabbage. Dragon fruit. Friday fish porridge. 1 bowl of rice. Steamed egg with meat. Sour snakehead fish soup. 1 bowl of rice. Fried spring rolls, limited. Mixed boiled vegetables, apple. Saturday, eel glass noodles. 1 bowl of rice. Stir-fried beef with celery, little oil. Gourd soup. 1 bowl of rice. Braised climbing perch. Crab soup with jute leaves. Greek yogurt. Sunday, Hue beef noodle soup. Less spicy, less fatty version. 1 bowl of rice. Braised pork ribs. Pumpkin soup. 1 bowl of rice. Steamed squid. Boiled broccoli, a few strawberries. Note: the above menu is for reference only. It is necessary to adjust the amount of food and types of food to suit specific health conditions, especially for those with underlying diseases such as diabetes, high blood pressure, and kidney disease. Chapter 2: Flexible Movement, the Key to Independence. Regular physical activity is one of the most important pillars for maintaining independence and quality of life in old age. The goal of exercising in the golden years is not to achieve athletic performance, but to preserve mobility, maintain balance, and prevent disease. The choice of exercises is not random. Each type of movement is a strategic solution aimed directly at the specific physical challenges of old age, such as the risk of falls, osteoporosis, or joint degeneration. General recommendation: the World Health Organization, WHO, recommends that older adults engage in at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity physical activity per week. This time can be broken down into short sessions from 10 to 30 minutes per day, 5 days a week, to make it easier to maintain and avoid overexertion. 1. 4 essential exercise groups. Aerobic exercises, cardiovascular. This group of exercises helps strengthen heart and lung health, improve endurance, and blood circulation. Examples: brisk walking, swimming, cycling, dancing, aerobics. Strategic benefits: brisk walking for 30 minutes daily not only reduces the risk of premature death by up to 22%, but also improves mood and enhances balance. Swimming is an excellent choice for people with joint pain because the water supports the body, reducing pressure on inflamed joints. 2. Strength exercises, muscle training. This group of exercises is extremely important to combat muscle loss, sarcopenia, and maintain bone density, helping the body stay firm and healthy. Examples: light dumbbell lifting using resistance bands, bodyweight exercises such as sitting down and standing up from a chair. Strategic benefits: maintaining muscle strength, especially in the legs and back muscles, is a key factor in preserving the ability to walk, stand up, and perform daily tasks independently. It is recommended to exercise at least twice a week and to have guidance from a professional when starting to ensure proper technique and avoid injury. 3. Balance exercises. The risk of falling is one of the greatest threats to the safety and independence of the elderly. Balance exercises help improve body stability and reflexes. Examples: Tai Chi, yoga, standing on one leg exercises with support. Strategic benefit: Tai Chi is considered the golden medicine for fall prevention. Studies from Harvard Medical School show that regularly practicing Tai Chi can reduce the risk of falls in the elderly by up to 45%. It is not only a physical exercise, but also a form of moving meditation that helps reduce stress and regulate blood pressure. 4. Flexibility exercises. Aging often comes with joint stiffness and reduced range of motion. These exercises help maintain joint flexibility and reduce pain. Examples: gentle yoga movements, stretching exercises, neck, hip, and knee rotations. Strategic benefits: yoga not only helps improve flexibility and reduce chronic pain, such as back pain and joint pain, but also has a positive impact on mental health, helping to reduce anxiety and improve sleep quality. Golden notes when exercising: consult a doctor. Before starting any new exercise program, especially if you have chronic conditions such as cardiovascular disease, hypertension, diabetes, or joint problems, consulting a doctor is mandatory. Warm up and cool down. Always spend 5 to 10 minutes warming up your body before exercising and 5 minutes cooling down and stretching after exercising. This helps prevent injuries and aids better recovery. Listen to your body. Absolutely do not overexert yourself. If you feel pain, dizziness, or difficulty breathing, stop immediately. Exercise is meant to make you healthier, not to endure discomfort. Choose appropriate clothing and shoes. Wear comfortable, sweat-absorbent clothes and shoes with soft soles that provide good support for your feet to ensure safety and comfort during physical activity. Chapter 3: Protective Shield: The Importance of Preventive Healthcare. As you enter retirement age, healthcare shifts from treatment to a more proactive philosophy. Preventive healthcare. Regular health checkups are no longer something done only when ill, but have become a mandatory action and the foundation for a healthy, safe life. They not only help detect dangerous diseases such as cancer, cardiovascular disease, and diabetes early when the chances of successful treatment are highest, but also empower each person to become an active partner in managing their own health. The list of examination items below is not just a checklist to be completed, but also a roadmap for the health dialogue between you and your doctor. Understanding these items helps you ask the right questions, comprehend your body's condition, and work with your doctor to develop the most appropriate care plan. Essential examination and screening items. General clinical examination. This is the first and most important step, including a comprehensive check by the doctor of all body systems: cardiovascular, respiratory, digestive, musculoskeletal, neurological, and endocrine. At the same time, specialties such as ophthalmology, ear, nose, throat, dentistry, maxillofacial, and dermatology also need to be examined to detect specific issues. Monitoring vital signs, blood pressure. Hypertension is known as the silent killer because it often has no obvious symptoms, but is the leading cause of stroke and cardiovascular diseases. This is a mandatory indicator that must be regularly checked in the elderly. Height and weight. Helps calculate the body mass index, BMI, to assess the risk of obesity or malnutrition. Blood and urine tests. Complete blood count, CBC, provides an overview of health, helping to detect anemia, infections, and other hematological disorders. Lipid panel measures total cholesterol, LDL, bad fat, HDL, good fat, and triglycerides. These are important indicators for assessing the risk of atherosclerosis and heart disease. Blood glucose, fasting glucose, and HbA1c, the gold standard for screening and monitoring diabetes, a very common condition in older adults. Liver function, liver enzymes ALT, AST, and kidney function, urea, creatinine. Assess the health of two important detoxifying organs of the body, which may experience functional decline due to aging or medication effects. Uric acid, screening for gout. Thyroid function, TSH. Thyroid disorders can cause many symptoms ranging from fatigue, depression, to cardiovascular problems. Vitamin levels, especially vitamin D and B12. Deficiency of these vitamins is very common in the elderly and can lead to bone, neurological, and anemia issues. Urinalysis helps detect kidney and urinary tract diseases. Imaging diagnosis and functional tests. Electrocardiogram, ECG, records the electrical activity of the heart, helping to detect arrhythmias or signs of myocardial ischemia. Chest X-ray helps detect diseases of the heart and lungs. General abdominal ultrasound examines internal organs such as the liver, gallbladder, pancreas, spleen, and kidneys to detect abnormalities such as stones, cysts, or tumors. Screening for important diseases. Osteoporosis. Bone density measurement, DEXA scan, is the most accurate method to diagnose osteoporosis, especially important for postmenopausal women and men over 70 years old. Vision and hearing. Regular eye exams to detect early diseases such as glaucoma and cataracts. Hearing tests are also necessary because hearing loss significantly affects communication and quality of life. Oral health. Dental issues can affect nutrition and overall health, requiring checkups every 6 months. Mental health. Preliminary assessment of issues such as depression, anxiety, and cognitive decline is an essential part of a comprehensive examination package. Cancer screening by gender and age. Gastrointestinal cancer. Colonoscopy is considered the gold standard for early detection of polyps and cancer. Prostate cancer, men. PSA blood test combined with a digital rectal exam. Breast cancer, women. Regular mammogram. Cervical cancer, women. PAP smear test. Table 2. Recommended periodic health checkup schedule for people over 55 years old. General clinical examination. Comprehensive health assessment. Annually includes blood pressure measurement, BMI, examination of organ systems, blood test, complete blood count, CBC. Detect anemia, infection. Annually. Blood sugar, glucose, HbA1c. Diabetes screening. Annually. Blood lipids, lipid panel. Assess cardiovascular risk. Annually. Liver and kidney function. Assess liver and kidney activity. Annually. Frequency may increase if there are underlying conditions. Specialist examination, eye examination. Screening for glaucoma, cataracts. Once every 1-2 years. Dental examination. Checking for cavities, periodontal disease. Every 6 months. Hearing test. Assessing hearing ability. Every 2 to 3 years or when there are signs of hearing loss. In-depth screening. Bone density measurement. DEXA. Osteoporosis screening. Every 2 to 3 years. Women over 65 years old, men over 70 years old, or those with risk factors. Colonoscopy, colorectal cancer screening. Every 5 to 10 years. Starting from 45 to 50 years old, frequency depending on results. Mammography, women. Breast cancer screening. Every 1 to 2 years. PAP test, women. Cervical cancer screening. As advised by a doctor. May stop after 65 years old if previous results were normal. PSA test, men. Prostate cancer screening. Annually or as advised. Discuss benefits and risks with a doctor. Chapter 4. Settling down, safety. Building a peaceful home. Settling down to establish a career is a familiar saying, and at retirement age, settling down carries a deeper meaning. It is not just about having a place to live, but about creating a living environment that is safe both materially and spiritually. The two foundations of this settling down are financial independence and a home designed to protect against and prevent accident risks. Subsection 4.1. Financial independence, peace of mind and enjoyment. Financial freedom in retirement is not a luxury, but an essential requirement for health. Worries about money are one of the biggest sources of stress and anxiety, which can increase cortisol hormone levels, directly negatively affecting health and longevity. Therefore, financial planning is not only to ensure spending, but also a comprehensive risk management strategy for life, helping to protect the mind from unnecessary worries. This plan should be viewed as a risk management strategy to address the 3 biggest challenges of old age: longevity risk, living longer than savings; inflation risk, money losing value over time; and health risk, sudden medical expenses depleting assets. 4 steps to create a solid retirement plan. Step 1. Identify income sources. List in detail all the income sources you will have when you retire: pension, Social Security, interest from savings accounts, returns from investments, rental income, etc. Step 2. Estimate living expenses. Calculate your monthly expenses realistically. A common rule is that you will need about 60,000–70% of your pre-retirement income to maintain a similar standard of living. Don't forget to factor in inflation and especially medical costs, which tend to increase with age. Step 3. Accumulate and invest wisely. Pre-retirement phase. Start early. The power of compound interest makes starting to save and invest early a decisive factor. Waiting until age 50 to plan for retirement is too late. Diversify. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Allocate assets across various investment channels, stocks, bonds, real estate, mutual funds, to minimize risk. Step 4. Cash flow management and asset preservation. Retirement phase. Shift to safety. Once retired, the top priority is no longer asset growth, but generating steady cash flow and preserving capital. Therefore, it is necessary to shift the investment portfolio from high-risk channels, such as stocks, to safer channels that provide stable income, such as bonds, retirement funds, annuities. Insurance as a shield. Health insurance is a mandatory investment to protect your accumulated assets from huge and unpredictable medical expenses. Other important notes. Pay off debts. One of the most important goals is to enter retirement without large debts, especially consumer debts. Make a will. Writing a clear will gives you peace of mind that your assets will be distributed according to your wishes and helps avoid unnecessary disputes for your descendants later on. Subsection 4.2. The safe home, preventing the risk. Ease of falls. A fall in the elderly can trigger a series of serious health problems, leading to a loss of independence. Therefore, renovating the home to make it safer is not a sign of weakness, but a declaration of the will to maintain autonomy. It is a smart and proactive investment in your future independence. Safety handbook for each area in the home. Walkways, corridors, and stairs. Clearance. Keep walkways tidy and free of obstacles. Corridors should be wide enough, at least 90 centimeters, to allow wheelchair movement. Flooring. Use non-slip flooring materials such as matte tiles or textured wooden floors. Absolutely avoid glossy tiles. Securely fix doormats to prevent slipping. Stairs. This area poses many risks. Stairs must have sturdy handrails on both sides. Each step should not be higher than 15 centimeters. Apply anti-slip strips and ensure adequate lighting. The color of the steps should contrast to make them easily visible. The bedroom is a place for rest, so installing a bedside lamp with a switch near the bed will help you easily turn on the light when you need to move around at night. Motion sensor lights or night lights placed along the path from the bedroom to the bathroom are also smart solutions, helping to prevent collisions and falls in the dark. When choosing a bed, prioritize one with a moderate height so that when sitting down, both feet can fully touch the floor, creating a sense of safety and convenience. Additionally, avoid sharp bed edges to reduce the risk of injury. In the kitchen, always keep frequently used items at waist to shoulder height, making it convenient for you to reach without having to stretch up high or bend down low. Especially, regularly check electrical appliances and gas stoves, and consider using induction cookers to ensure safety and minimize the risk of fire and explosion. Don't forget to ensure adequate lighting for all areas in the house, especially walkways. Additionally, install emergency alert devices, such as help call buttons, in easily accessible locations to enhance safety for the whole family. If you find this useful, please like and subscribe to continue following the next parts.